Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Allow me to tell you about my last holiday. But first, let me introduce my name. My name is FARHAN RAHMAN from Post Intermediate 1. And now, let the story begin. I spent my last holiday around 9 months ago. I spent it in Makassar City, South Sulawesi. I went to the terminal from my home by a car. I went there with my brother. It took us 25 minutes from our home to the terminal bus and 4.5 hours by a bus. We took an afternoon departing for the bus. We ate at the terminal because I had some biscuit before departing. When arriving in Makassar, we used car to get to our uncle's house. We were there for 2 days. I visited Pinisifoin Mall for the Rubik's competition and the Mosque of 99 Domes. I didn't buy some souvenirs because I didn't have money. I ate to Makassar. I think it was the one of the most delicious food of Makassar. On the way home from Makassar, me and my brother called the car rental and take us home. It took us 9 minutes to wait for the car and 3 hours to our home. On the way home, I saw the lights of the Makassar city, mountain in Maros, rice field in Pangkep, and many more. I arrived home at 3 in the morning. It was a very nice last holiday I ever experienced. That's all. Thank you for all information. See ya.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NAUFAL BINTANG ASAMI. At this time, allow me to tell you about my last holiday. I spent my last holiday around 3 months ago. I spent it in Makassar, Sulawesi Selatan. I went to the Makassar from my home by car. I went there with my parents and younger my sister. It took us 3 hours from my house to Makassar. We took a morning car for going to Makassar. We had it before going at the Makassar. When arriving in Makassar, we used a car to get grandfather house. In behind grandfather house had a river. When I was swimming, my sister was playing bicycle with my niece. I was there for 3 days. I stayed at my grandfather house. I visited Mall Panakukang and Mall MP. I bought some t-shirt. I ate nasi coto Makassar, one of the popular food there. I think it was one of the most delicious food of Makassar. On my way home from Makassar, in the car, I saw the cow, rice field, bird, and another beautiful scenery. I arrived home at 3 p.m. It was a nice last holiday I ever experienced. It is my last holiday. Thank you for your attention.
Allow me to tell you about my last holiday. My last holiday in Mecca. I spent my last holiday around 5 years ago. I spent it in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. I went to the airport from home by car. I went there with my family. We took 5 hours to airport and 12 hours by plane and 12 hours by bus to Mecca. We took a evening flight for the plane. We ate some foods because we were hungry. When arriving in Mecca, we used bus to get hotel. I was there for 10 days. We stayed at hotel. I visited Masjidil Haram. When I was taking a picture, my brother and my cousin were playing, and I visited some mosque. I bought toy car, ice cream, and some shirts and trousers. I ate rice box, the food at there. I think it was common food. On my way home from airport, in the car I saw sky, clouds, trees, and another beautiful scenery. I arrived at home at 1 a.m. It was my last holiday I ever experienced it. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is SATRIA. You can call me WIRA. At this time, allow me to tell you about my last holiday in Lamongan. I spent my last holiday around 7 years ago. I spent in Lamongan, East Java. I went to the port from my house by car. I went there with my parents and my younger sister. It took us 3 hours from my house to the port and 1 day by boat. We took an early morning departure for boat. Arriving in Lamongan, we use the car to go to my aunt's house. My aunt's house was very big and large fish, and had a large fish pond. I was there for 3 days. While in Lamongan, my uncle took me to see the train at train station. My parents also took me. My parents also took me on trip to Banyuwangi and crossed the Bumiters Mount, which is said the legendary mountain. I bought some souvenir. I bought a bag and some cakes. I went home by boat from East Java to South Sulawesi. I arrived 2 p.m. It the great my last holiday I ever had. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Muhammad FITRAH. In this time, allow me to tell you about my last holiday. I spent my last holiday 3 months ago. I spent it in Makassar. I went to Makassar from my home by car. I went there with my family. It took us 3 hours from my home to Makassar. When arriving in Makassar, I go to my cousin's house. In my cousin's house, we eat lunch. After eat lunch, we go to mall. In mall, we watch movie in bioscope. After watch movie, we playing game in time zone. I was there. I was there for 2 days. I bought some souvenir. I ate palu basah sarigala. I think it was one of the most delicious food of Makassar. On my way home from Makassar, I saw the beautiful scenery. I arrived home at 9 p.m. I think it was a nice last holiday. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is RAHMAN from Post Intermediate Level 3. Today we tell you my last holiday. I spent my last holiday around 6 months ago. I spent it in Jogja. I go to Sultan Hasanuddin Airport with my family using car. It took us 3 hours. After go to Sultan Hasanuddin Airport, I go to with my family to Jogja. It took us 2 hours using plane. After we arrived in Jogja, my mother used taxi to take us to hotel. The hotel I live is very beautiful. I live in Jogja 1 week. In Jogja, I go to Candi Prambanan, Candi Borobudur, and many more. After I go to Candi Prambanan, Candi Borobudur, I go to buy some souvenir. After 1 week in Jogja, I go to home using plane from Jogja 2 hours to Sultan Hasanuddin Airport and 3 hours using car to my home. I arrived at my home at 8 in evening. Thank you.
Hello, my name is KEANU. At this time, allow me to tell you about my last holiday. I spent my last holiday around 8 months ago. I spent it in Makassar. I went to my cousin's house from my house by a car. I went there with my family. It took us 3 hours from my house to my cousin's house. We took a morning road. We did not eat at the car because we had had our breakfast at home before take a morning road. When arriving in Jalan Urip, Sumoharjo, we used car to get to my cousin's house. I was there 12 days. I stayed at my cousin's house and I visited mall. I bought some food and I ate nasi tempe. On my way home from my cousin's house, in the car I saw clouds and rice fields. I arrived at 8 p.m. It was a nice last holiday. That's all. Thank you for the attention.